and welcome to a series of short balcony blogs. So these blogs are designed to give you a flavour of the focus and material that's available on the wider programme. What I'll also do at the end of these blogs is I'll leave you with a few hints and tips that you can go away and practice. So the first bit I want to explore with you is this idea of messaging. This is often the first building block of what could become a meaningful relationship. I'm going to introduce this concept of messaging etiquette that can be split down three ways: time, length and content. So let's take it from your perspective first. Time. So what does that mean? Well, that means about making time. So if you're going to go into a busy period, you know, the next 24 hours, you've got lots on, then what I want you to do is just insert a placeholder. It's courtesy to say to that person, look, I've got a really busy day coming up. I'll message you later. Yeah, it's going to work, and it's courtesy. Let's also explore this idea of length. You're not always going to be consistent with that. We all get busy, which means that the messages get shorter as well. Likewise, when we've got a bit more time on our hands as well, maybe of an evening, then we can afford to write a longer message. But what you'll do is you'll start to establish a little bit of pattern, and that will start to reflect in some way on your sort of lifestyle that you're leading. So content-wise, which in some ways is linked to the length, is always try and make some sort of substance or some sort of content that's meaningful to the other person. So even if that message is going to be short and clipped, let's give it a little bit of substance, something of meaning, maybe a question to the other person as well, although recognizing the fact that you're not necessarily going to be able to get back to that person straight away. So we've explored those three areas. Now let's just flip them round. And if you're receiving the same from somebody else, what I don't want you to do is get too jumpy and start to worry and get too concerned because of a certain pattern of behaviour. Sure, if those messages are always short, then yeah, maybe go back and ask that question. So what else is going on for you at the moment? Maybe if the frequency is a little bit erratic, or maybe if the frequency follows a set pattern, go back to that person and say, I was just wondering whether I could message you at some other time, because I know I'm going to be busy when we normally message. It should start to give you a flavour of the sort of lifestyle that person's leading, and hopefully build into this communicative union that I've been talking about. So what do I want you to take away? Well, if something doesn't work out, it fizzles out, just take that time to go back over those messages, just have a little look and see what sort of pattern, and maybe that gave the wrong indication away to that person. Okay? I think the other thing to take away from it as well is whatever you put down on paper, bear in mind that this is a building block for a meaningful relationship. Just make sure that in due course that you can back it up. It's going to make sure that that story is so much more sweeter.